Welcome, 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 welcome. I welcome you this evening. We're going to have a blast. Thank you for joining. Please tell your friends, share with them. We're taking question and answers. There's so much question that comes my way during one of several episodes of the program I do. And I just felt one person's question could be somebody else's answer. Somebody may be asking a question that is relevant to another person. So I chose to say, okay, ask me questions. Let's take it from there. There are some questions that are here this evening that are mind-blowing. Please don't listen alone. Tell your friends, share it on Facebook, share it on Instagram. Help me to share and share and share, because one thing is sure, question helps you to solve a lot of problems. There are so many revelations we're able to get by someone just asking a question. You know, Peter was an extrovert. He can ask questions for Africa. And there's so many things we're able to learn from him because he would, ask one question or the other. It is wisdom to see. Thank you for watching from South Africa. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. We're going to have a good time today. And if you have any question that is bothering you, you can start penning it down on the screen on Facebook or Instagram. I will definitely address them. If I can't finish it today, I will definitely continue next week. I'm back. I have a lot of questions here. Let me take one. Hello, ma. I'm 21 years old. Of course, what I do is no name, no face, no identity. Now, let me go back a little bit. This song that was sung just now says God will make a way where there seems to be no way. He walks in way we cannot see. I don't want you to lose hope. Don't lose strength. This season is tough. I was telling people, I said, shepherds also bleed. Sometimes you have to do what you have to do. Not because it's convenient, not because you are happy, not because things are working out the way you planned it, but you still have to keep pushing. Job said, if he slay me, I will serve him. Job 14:14, he says, if a man dies, shall he live again? In the days of my appointed time, I will wait till my change comes. Your change is coming. Please don't kill yourself. Don't commit suicide. Don't be depressed. Don't let the devil depress you. The devil cannot oppress you until you are depressed. Deal with the root of depression. And that's why I've come to let you know today that God will make a way where there seems to be no way. He walks in way we cannot see. He will still make a way. He makes a way in the wilderness. Rivers can still gush out of your desert. I was looking at so many people that have inspired me from the scriptures. One of them is Mary. Let's even use Mary. Let me take Sarah. She was married for years. She didn't have a child. Sometimes we are in a place and we are stuck for years. Stuck. You can't go forward, you can't go backwards. Anytime you think about that thing that is going on, your heart sinks. You just like, where do I go from here? You're just stuck. Don't worry. Everywhere she goes, they will be laughing at her. Look at her, barren woman. She didn't have a child. Look at her. She's lost her children to abortion. They assume. People like to assume when things happen to us. But don't be bothered. Sincerely, don't be bothered. You will make a way where there seems to be no way. You will still open your womb. You will have your own child. Do you know what Sarah said? When she was going to name the baby, she didn't know what to name that child. She just said Isaac, laughter. You know what I mean? When you exhausted all the names that you can give, just say laughter. People have been laughing with me. They have been laughing at me rather. Now they will laugh with me. And they will surely laugh with you. I don't know what is your point of mockery, your point of shame, your mockery point at the moment. I have a good news for you. He will make a way for you. He will give you laughter. You will laugh last. There's a word that says that it that laugh last, laugh best. You are going to laugh best. Please note it, write it down, take it to the bank. You are going to laugh best. I don't care for how long. God has no wristwatch. A day to him is like 1,000 years. Don't worry about the day. I'm sure you know the day a woman of 90 got pregnant, a man of 100 pregnating a woman. Is it ovulation? What are you talking about? There's no womb, there's no strength, there's no energy. But the Bible says God did not consider the deadness of Sarah's womb, meaning that the womb of Sarah is dead. I'm sent to someone this evening. I don't care what it is. If I tell you my own, you will just be wondering, because we don't do parties for those that are suffering. You don't know that you don't have a problem. A lot of us, problem has become an energizer. It has become a strong energy for us. And by the time we are coming out, people are wondering, wow. I told you in one of the programs, in the midst of my storm, I just made up my mind. I told myself, you are not dying like this. Your future is colorful. Something about you is special. The devil does not fight what he does not fear. The reason why this assault is much, this embarrassment is much, this pain is excruciating, is because there is something about you. Hear me clearly. If you have not been through that, please share. If you have not been through that, you won't be able to bless someone. Your mess becomes your ministry. Your mess becomes your mandate, your message. The reason why you are going through that, imagine, look at Joseph. So many of them in the scriptures are kept inspiring me. Joseph said, you meant it for evil. God has turned it around. Probably you are even thinking, is this not an attack? You have done all the prayers, you have done intercession rather. Your prayer point is on every prayer altars. Don't worry. Joseph couldn't have prayed himself out of the prison, out of Potiphar's house. It was problem that had to push him out. There's no way he would have prayed himself out of the prison. It was problem that put him in the prison. But there's no way he could have prayed himself out of the trouble and the pit. God intentionally, deliberately allowed it so that when he comes out, his testimony will be full. His mouth will speak loud. He will enlarge his mouth. Somebody is hearing me this evening. God is going to make a way for you. He's going to enlarge your mouth. You know what Anna said? I said Anna. It's actually, there should be a book of Anna. 1 Samuel chapter 1. Hannah said she couldn't talk. Who born her well to say anything? There's a time in the life of a man that you can't say anything. Your word is not weighty. Your mouth cannot be opened. In my adage, they say that the word is not good in the mouth of the mother of a thief. I don't know whether you understand what I'm trying to say. Somebody is feeling me already. If you are feeling me, please let me know. At the end of the day, she couldn't talk in chapter 1. But when God answered her, thank you for waving, in chapter 2 of her life, she opened her mouth. She said, in chapter 2 verse 1, she said, don't be exceedingly boastful. Don't be arrogant. God is a God of knowledge and understanding. By him actions are weighed. She was telling us some things that because God has enlarged her mouth over her enemies. Somebody is hearing me this evening. It's question and answer. I'm just taking questions. But it's so strong in my heart to tell someone that don't give up. I can't just give up now. Excuse me. I've gone too far from where I started from. Nobody told me that the road will be easy. But I don't believe he brought me this far to leave me. He cannot take me this far. He has taken me somewhere. As far as this, he can't leave me. And I'm not going to leave him. I've made up my mind. I'm not leaving him. Please hold on. Hold on to his unchanging hands. Hold on to, yes, you are feeling me. Thank you for feeling me. Whatever it is, you will still sing. You will laugh last. Laughter is coming. Samuel is coming. You will laugh. I don't know what happens to Pelina's children. Pelina means pepper. Maybe something in Pelina, pepper. I'm the one that, put her name like that. There's nothing that you are going to. Let them be peppering you. Let them talk ill of you. Let them destroy your image. They destroyed Joseph's image. Joseph could not open his mouth to say, me, I did not touch Mrs. Potiphar. I didn't touch my boss wife. I didn't do anything. He went to the prison as a culprit, as someone that is an offender. And he didn't do it. So even if somebody is lying against you, unnecessary allegations, they are saying things that is not true, leave them. Leave them. Let God finish with you. No wonder Job's wife, he said, curse God and die. The man said, you are talking like a foolish woman. What's your problem? We can't taste good and not evil. And everything was restored. Everything was restored. Because he made a statement that I want to live with you before I continue to take these questions today. Listen to me. He said, I know. What you know, you know. And that's why you have to know. I know my Redeemer liveth. Please, let that word become your watchword till the end of this year. I know my Redeemer liveth. There's hope for me. I am not hopeless. He said there is hope for a tree that is cut. The only thing is, don't let his roots touch water. And what I'm sharing with you now is the water of life. Let the root of that tree of your life that is cut, let it touch waters. It will sprout again. I see your life sprouting again. I see your business sprouting again. I see your health. That cancer will sprout again. Life is coming to it. I don't care what the doctor is saying. We belong to the generation that call the things that are not as if though they were. And we see it happen relaxingly, you know, chilling in the Holy Ghost. And it happening. It's going to happen. Only tears endure for a night. Tears only endure for a night. Joy comes in the morning. And morning is now. Morning is here. This is the morning of your life. Please just relax yourself and let's enjoy ourselves. You will make a way. You will make a way. Keep saying what you want to see. Please stop saying negative. Maybe you are looking for the fruits of the womb now and you just saw blood. Is it blood you want to see or you want to see your child? Come on, I want to see my baby. That's all. Don't bother. Whatever happens, ignore it. Hold on to his unchanging hands. His word is yea and is amen. Forever, O Lord, your word is settled and is settled in heaven. Let that word be your anchor, be your sure word, and the word of God cannot fail. Heaven and earth will pass away. His word stands forever. Forever, O Lord, your word is settled and is settled in heaven. Forever, O Lord, my case is settled and is settled in heaven. Please get excited. Somebody should just get excited here. I don't care what it is. I don't want to care. What about the woman that was bleeding for 12 solid years? The life of a man is in his blood. His blood was going. She was dying. And she still had something in her mind. If I can touch. If I can touch. She touched the word and her world changed. That person in the beginning was the word and the word was with God and the word was God. She touches that word and her world changed. Somebody is touching this world and your world, the whole life of yours, your whole world, your circumstances, so your everything will change. She touched the word and the word said, somebody touched me. And everybody, even the disciples, the crowd, people that should know better said, what's your problem? You're in the midst of the crowd. He said, this one is different. It's a different touch. Please touch his word. Touch his unchanging hands. Determine not to let whatever you are seeing now determine what your future will look like. Somebody should help me to write it. My present situation is not my final destination. My present situation is not my final destination. My present situation is not my final destination. Please help me to share it. My present situation is not my final destination. Oh, Abeokuta, thank you for feeling me. I really appreciate you. Now let's start with the question. I've spent 14 minutes already, and it's so intentional. One thing about me is I try to just allow everything to come as it's being impressed in my heart. I'm not a regimented person. I don't want to be a traditional person or a religious person. And if you're hearing me this evening, I'm just telling you the way it's coming to me. Hello, ma. Please, ma. I'm 21 years old. I don't know my father. I wish to see him. I don't want to disturb my mom because whenever I ask of him, she feels bad. What should I do, ma'am? Let me say this to us and get it clear. It's still coming to encouragement. Hear me. There is no child that is an accidental discharge. You are not a mistake. You may not know your father. Thank you for writing. My present situation is not my final destination. Thank you, thank you. Now, the lady asked me a question. She said she has not known her dad. She wanted to know her dad. And she didn't want to ask her mom because her mom would feel bad. Can I say this to all of us that has paternal issue? You don't know your dad. Maybe he died. Maybe there was a divorce. Maybe at the end of the day, your paternity was questioned. And the man said, I'm not the owner of the pregnancy. And you found yourself here. You landed here. Hear me today. There's no child that is an accidental discharge. You are not a mistake. Do you know that several spermatozoa started a journey of life? If you remember when a man and a woman met, the man released the sperm to the ovary and there's conception. And we were told that millions of them took a journey until Mark said, go. They took a journey. And look at you. You didn't have police guards. You didn't have gated gates or house. You don't have anything to watch you. Nothing. You don't have anybody to protect the semen. Despite the fact that a lot of them took a journey, you came out. You just showed up. Without energy, without strength, without knowing people, without connection, without any connection, put it that way. You showed up. For the fact that you showed up in destiny, you are not a mistake. You are not a mistake. You are not an accidental discharge. Your sperm, your seed was watched over, was monitored. Heaven monitored your arrival. Please note that. Because I have this one question, over 300 children, young adults have asked me similar question. I don't know my dad. I want to meet him. I don't want to ask my mom. I don't want her to feel bad. And lots of things happen to them. I will tell you 3 things that happens to children like this. But please get it straight that you are not a misfit. You are not a mistake. You came on assignment. Even men that knows their dad have issues. Because a child that is from a home that dad and mom fight all the time, they still have identity problem. But your own as a person is much more, is worse, because even if your dad is slapping you every time, slapping your mom, at least you can point your finger to a man that said, that's my father. Now, in a situation where which you don't even know him, and nobody is trying to tell you any story, they are avoiding communicating it to you because they don't want they are trying to close a wound that looks healed. So nobody is talking. You are not getting the right information. You're not being, given the right word. So you are inquisitive. You are curious. You need to know, or you are not knowing. And who are you supposed to ask? Your mom. Your mom had emotionally blackmailed you. I suffered. I went through hell. When your father left you, I'm the one that sent you to university. I'm sending you to school. I'm paying your bills. I'm buying you clothes. I'm making So with that, you shut down and you shut up. The first thing I want you to have at the back of your mind today is for you to know that you came to this world on assignment. Your background, where you are coming from, must not put your back on the ground. Wherever you are coming from should not cause you so much pain. The best pain, the worst pain, the best pain, the worst pain in this life is to have issues with identity. It's terrible. When people have identity problem, they go crazy, they go haywire. All those girls you are seeing in various hotels, on the streets, following guys that are abusive, they have identity issue. Hear me. If the devil wants to destroy a man, he destroys his identity. Anytime. Now, if you look at Jesus, there was a struggle with his identity. I'm taking you somewhere this evening. Please follow me. This question is loaded. It's very, very deep. It's deep. And I want to help you to be strong and be resilient and be able to live your life in freedom and telling yourself, I'm not a mistake. There's no child that is a bastard, that is a mistake. You came to this world for a reason. You came for a purpose. But a lot of children, especially kids, that comes from this kind of system, the mistake they made is they start misbehaving. They choose to marry wrongly. They get involved in a relationship. They get married to smoker, to drunkard, to addict, instead of putting their lives together and saying, no, I'm not going to misbehave. I can't blame them. I would never blame anybody. It's against the ethics of my profession to blame anybody for a lifestyle. But what I'm saying is, if you are hearing me now and you find yourself in that difficult place of having identity issue, follow me. I'm taking you somewhere. Do you know? If you are going to query anything, Jesus' paternity was queried. he didn't have a father physically. And that is the worst thing that can happen to a man or a woman, any child. Every child's father is their hero. That's why when we deal with addiction, we deal with all sorts of emotional wounds or abuse, molestation in any way, in any form. What we do is we treat the wound of the fathers. We do healing of the father's wounding. Because when you are wounded by your father, physical father, it gives you identity issue. It makes you do things that are out of order. Some of you get pregnant, some of you abort, some of you steal, some of you gamble, some of you drink, you're addicted to nicotine and all of that, and marijuana. You just go crazy. That is it. When it comes to not having a father figure that would validate you. Now, let me take you back to the scriptures. That's all I know. Jesus came from a dysfunctional home, quote unquote, because his father was not there. And you know what I discovered? It is what God likes that he does with your life. You remember one of the teaching I had? I'm living a script. There's something that is written about you. If what you are going to live as your own script is the fact that you don't have a father, you don't have a mother, you're an orphan. Esther had no father, no mother before she became a star. That is her script. You are living your own script. Live it well. Enjoy it. Just ask God, what is it that you want to use this life for? What are you making out of this life? The moment you are able to get the revelation of what is written of you, the script you are living, you won't be bothered. All you can do is, I'll be teaching you what to do. You build your inner strength. You let yourself be so sure of who you are and whose you are, and the script you are living, that whatever anybody does, whatever anybody says, it will no longer get to you. That's the secret. It will not be an issue, because you know that you have come in the volume of books that is written of you. That is extremely important. If you don't do that, you are going to keep going round in circle. You're going to be, merry-go-rounding in the journey of your life. And life is too short. I say it again and again. When did I turn 40? When did I turn 50? This is 60 I'm looking at. And sometimes it's puzzling to me. Life is short. It's extremely short. So you cannot be going round and round and round in the name of, somebody did that, I don't know this, I don't know that. Let me come back to Christ. Because he was living a script, he needed to become someone that would salvage and save the whole world. He had to come through a virgin. Because Adam and Eve, our foreparents, they've messed things up. So we have inherited sin. And for us to inherit righteousness, holy spermatozoa must come into the picture. I'm putting it in a very simple way. It has to come to the picture. So one lady, just like that, single girl, a virgin, just discovered that she was throwing up. Pregnancy came from nowhere, from somewhere, nowhere. Now, it's another thing if your mother, you're asking a question, your mother may not even know your paternity, may not even know the man that impregnated her. Maybe she was raped. You remember Jabez? He came as a honorable man. His mother named him Sorrow. Why? Many things. Maybe she was raped. Maybe the father said, I'm not the one, or whatever, I'm not the one that impregnated you. Or maybe she was gang raped. So they can't even be sure who is the owner of the seed that formed pregnancy. Many things. And when she looked at her life, she said, I'm sure she tried to abort Jabez. That's what I'm saying. You are not a mistake. You are not an accidental discharge. There's a reason why you are here. Please get it straight. Let it settle in. I'm here on a reason. I'm here on assignment. There's something about me that is unique, that is extraordinary. Can you just hold on to that? I'm not saying it's going to be rosy. It's going to be easy. It's going to be very, very tough. Having to find yourself in this kind of situation. I'm talking about a question that somebody asked. I don't know my dad. I can't ask my mom. because I don't want my mom to be offended. So I'm living in shame. I'm feeling bad that I just want to make my dad. And I'm telling you, yeah, you're not the first person, neither going to be the last person that will not know his dad or her dad. But the question is, you came on assignment. You are not a misfit. You are not an accidental discharge. You came on assignment. There's something about you that is unique. Please embrace your uniqueness. And what makes me unique is what makes me stand out. What I'm going through, the life that I find myself living in, is what makes me extraordinary. The reason why your story is not like my story, that makes me different and unique and special and be an uncommon commodity. That's what makes me special. Yes, welcome. DM me after the program. Don't worry. Welcome on board. I mentor people. Now, coming back to this, he didn't know. She did not know what happened, and the news was all over. Let me explain something to you. The shame of being pregnant without a father itself is excruciating mentally, emotionally, psychologically, physically, for a girl that just woke up from sleep. No, I tell you, you are living a script. Say, the day I understood that I was living a script in the movie that God wrote about me, I stopped being intimidated. I don't have low self-esteem. I'm not in a clique. I don't want to become anybody. I don't want to join anybody. Because if somebody that your script is not the same thing, we are not acting the same movie. We are not acting the same movie. And I now picked into your script and say, hey, this girl, oh, she's so nice. Everybody loved her. Oh, see her daddy. They go for summer. They go on a cruise. And my own is not to cruise. I would kill myself. Do you know why a lot of women are not standing out? They are not being outstanding. It's because they are living somebody's script. They are peeping into somebody's story. Stop it. Please calm down. Just know that you are not a mistake. Something happened. Something is about to happen. The potter, the clay, has no power over the potter. The potter knows what she is doing. That's exactly what happened. How would you wake up in the morning, you just had a dream, the next thing is you are engaged or to be married? The news was all over the town. Mary is pregnant. And you know bad news spreads more than good news. People know how to spread bad news. Oh, go and check it out. That's why you that is addicted to social media and you keep listening to bad news, you know, what people say about somebody, you better be receiving it. Because those stories might not be true. And they do Photoshop, they do everything. That's on the side. I don't know the kind, maybe they have done they did Photoshop for Mary. Pregnant, and they will arrange the tummy, they will arrange the photo shoot of the tummy to protrude and say stupid virgin in the name of religion. You know what that means. Maybe your mother went through that, trying to picture, how do I carry this baby to town? What are people saying? What will people say? So many things. I'm not teaching, I'm preaching now already. And the one that wrote the script of her life, know what she's going to put. He just told the man that wanted to marry her, come, and the one behind the scene, shaking the scene, you don't see me. I like that. God is the one behind the scene, shaking the scene of my life. I may not see him. Somebody should write it down. God is behind the scene of my life, shaking the scene, but I don't see him. And he just told Joseph, you are going to be privileged to be the surrogate father of Jesus. So that woman must not be treated anyhow. So when they are planning to stone her, the man will shield her. When they are tongue lashing her, the man will shield her. When they are saying things, she became puzzled. 9 months came. She gave birth to a bouncing baby boy in a manger. And you know what? Not that she was in pain of having no physical father for her son, except a surrogate father. That is one. Number two, the boy himself would have heard news. You know how people filter information to your ears? Some don't even filter it. They bring it as it is. Thank you. They bring it as it is. If you want to die, go and die. You don't have a father, you're a bastard. Is that not what they will be saying? That's the news all over the place. And Joseph he tried, the surrogate father tried to protect, to cover the child. But guess what? It was not easy for the boy. It was not easy for the boy. I'm taking you somewhere this evening. Please follow me quickly. Do you know something just happened in the picture? Jesus Christ just continued, not minding what people are saying. Let them call you bastard. Sometimes I was asking myself, I said, if somebody said this child is a bastard, he's a good bastard though. You know, there are some good bastards. Anybody can say anything. The day you stop listening to the voice of your position, of your opposition, you take your position in destiny. Hear me. The day you stop listening to the voice of your opposition, you start taking your position in destiny. The more the words people will say, what they will talk about, what they would imagine, still gets to you. You can't take your position. Because a stone, let me put it this way, a tree that is bearing fruit, they will throw stone at it. If you have any tree or fruits around you, or mango, or any form of fruits, cashew, they will keep, when they see you ripe, they will throw stone at you. So if you don't want them to throw stone at you, then stop bearing fruits. If you're going to be productive, you're going to be resourceful, you're going to become somebody in life, be ready for the blows, right, left, and center. But one thing is sure, I've said it before, you are not dying like this, because the one that wrote the script of your life, he knows what is written. And that is the joy you have. Anybody can feel anything, they can say anything. Do you know that Christ was living his life like that? On and on and on. But something was missing. The validation of the Heavenly Father was important, was needed for him to achieve. And that's why, let me digress here. I'm not being religious here, but listen, if you give your life to Christ, your identity changed. Your DNA changed. Everything about you changes. The moment you accept Jesus into your life, your blood, there is a supernatural blood transfusion. You just change identity. If you have not done that, you can do it today. It's not too late to give your life to him. He loves you. That is the best place you can get and take your life back and get your identity on point. Do you know, one day they were doing the norms, the normal thing. Jesus went for baptism. As soon as they put him inside water like this, a voice came and he said, "This is my beloved son. Hear him." The moment that word came, he was fully validated. God flaunted him, showed him off. It is only in Christ that you can be validated. That your esteem, your worth, your value. Thank you for writing that, Jumoke. You know, the moment you do that, the moment you give your life to Christ, identity comes back. He could walk on the sea, he could raise the dead, he could cast out demons, because he knows that he has the backing of his Father. Listen, some people that have earthly fathers, their father cannot be, you can't show them off. Some of your fathers are addicts, they are narcissists, they are drunkards, they are gamblers, they are terrible, they are robbers. So, the only Father of the fatherless, in whose all the families are blessed. I love the way you father me. You gave me life, forgive my past, and in your hands I'm saved at last. I love the way you father me forever. You, if he fathers you, you are clean. He loves you unconditionally. He cares for you. So come back to him. Do you know what Jabez did? His mother, there was no picture of his father there. His mother called him sorrow. Everywhere he goes, there must be an accident. There must be sorrow. Everything must be sorrowful. The moment he went to his father, he prayed. You know Jabez's prayer. He prayed. He called on the God of heaven. And he went back to his former estate where he was destined to be. He came leaving a script. He came back to a place of honor. Oh, you need to go back to that place and see what happened to Jabez at the end of the day. He became outstandingly honorable. That is what happens when you connect your identity back to the place where it matters. If the devil wants to destroy a man, it destroys his identity. Don't allow anything. Your background, you don't know your dad, they're telling you stories. They tell you that, your dad died when you were born, your dad was raped, or mom was raped, everything. That is a story for the gods. Your own story is when you reconnect to your Creator, it begins to order the steps of your life, because the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. It keeps guiding you, guarding you, telling you what to do, teaching you how to go about it, and you're going to be so beautiful. It will make you to forget the shame of your youth. What would have made Jabez to go back to source? Listen, go to your source. A water that forgets its source will dry. God is everybody's source. I don't have anything. I don't know anybody. I don't have connection. I'm not in a clique. I'm not anywhere. But with God, when God is on your side, you are more connected than any other person. And you know the kind of peace that comes if you keep putting pressure on your mom and say, Mom, where's my dad? Where's my dad? Where's my father? You're just wasting time. It happened to me. I told you I didn't have a father figure. I remember one day I wanted to commit suicide because I wanted a dad. But when I met with Christ, that's my testimony. When I met with Jesus, I got my identity back. I don't have one little low self-esteem as you are looking at me. I'm not intimidated. I'm not under pressure. I am so secured in Him. I looked into the perfect law of liberty and I got my identity back. Despite all odds, I don't have any little low self-esteem. I'm not replying anybody. I'm not living for anybody. I'm living for Him. Day after day. Let come what may. That's the beauty of life. If you don't take your life back in that area and looking for the father figure, oh, I need my dad, I want my dad, where's my dad? And you are torturing your mom. She has her pain. You don't know the pain of not having to physically give out your daughter and say, this is your dad. It's tough. She's going through hell and she had to do everything herself. She had to take responsibility for her life. So putting pressure on her will not change anything. It's going to sever the relationship. It's going to put you apart, and you don't need that. You need to go back to the book. Go back to the manufacturer's manual. Go back to the precepts of the scriptures and sit there, chillingly there, and build your worth back. Build your self-esteem back. And live your life in such a way that anybody that ignores you and rubbish you is to his own disadvantage. Because they told Mary, you are a prostitute, you are a whore. What's wrong with you? How would you be pregnant when you don't have a man in your life? You can't imagine the torture, the mental torture, the psychological torture, the emotional torture, the things she was thinking. Even the fiancé said, let me just push her away. And God came in and said, no, this girl is living a script. She's living a particular script in her life. And as soon as she's done, today, a lot of people are worshiping Mary. The stone that the builders rejected will always become the head cornerstone. Some people, Catholics, they still honor Mary. They worship Mary till tomorrow. Why? Because she made a decision not to allow her background to put her back on the ground. Not to allow her present situation to be her final destination. Not to let the stigma, the assumptions, the gossip, the backbiting, the blackmailing, she didn't allow it to affect her. Truly, she didn't. Is it her fault to be pregnant without a man? Is it your fault that you were raped? Is it your fault that you married wrongly? Is it your fault that your children are not doing well? It's not your fault. Let everybody take responsibility for their actions. As an individual, hear me today. Go back to your source. Go back to where you're coming from. Go back to the foundation of your faith. And if you have not had one, you don't have Christ, I'm using this opportunity to invite you officially to meet with Jesus. It's so simple. I did it almost 40 years ago. I didn't know what I was doing because of the pain of where I was coming from. I was reckless. I was careless. I was looking for love in wrong places. People like this, looking for their dad with this question, you start looking for love in wrong places because your father is your pride, your father is your hero, your father is your validator, your father is everything. You flaunt your dad. Have you had children say, that's my daddy, I'll tell my daddy, my daddy, my daddy. That's the way a child is. And if they don't have that, they are damaged naturally. Naturally. It will take you coming back to the place of the cross, where I got my own identity from, where Jabez got identity from, where Hannah got identity from. Anna went back to God and said, God, I'm enough of barrenness. Enough of barrenness. I can't continue like this. Sarah, the same thing. God did not consider the deadness of her womb. The only source is God. Listen to me today. Every other ground will sink you. On Christ, the solid rock, stand. I'm not trying to be religious. I'm just telling you. That's the only way. Jesus said, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. And the life and the light. You can't walk in light and gross in darkness. It's not possible. And light and darkness cannot meet. They are two separate things. They can't. When light comes, darkness will run. You can't even stand light. Let the light of God come to you today. You'll be sure that the issue, I don't know my dad, identity issue, I have to hustle and do things. You will hustle in peace. You will be resting in peace, not in pieces. Your emotions will not be scattered and be acting like a pendulum. You are chilling, you are calm. And grace is always there. You know what Job said? He said he knows the way that I take. When it's true with me, I'll come out as gold. There's a way. I told you at the beginning of this episode, I said you are living a script. Live it well. It's not your fault. You can't blame yourself the way you are born. You can be born in Buckingham Palace. You can be born in the manger. What is important is understand where you are here. The day I knew that I was living a script, everything about me changed. Everything about me changed. Everything. I'm just so secured. I'm so calm. I'm enjoying myself. I'm enjoying my bliss. I'm enjoying my bliss. I'm telling you the truth. Because I know that I came on assignment. I'm here on a purpose. I am not living. You don't want to peep into another person's script. The challenge I have with people in my generation is they have identity problem. They want to live like the Jones and the Joneses. It doesn't work that way. Don't peep into another person's script. I said it somewhere. Don't peep into another person's script. Because you are not going to be rewarded and awarded looking into another man's movie, another man's script, or playing another man's role. If you have a director in the movie of life and they said, play the role of being beaten, that's the role you will play. The only mercy you will pray for is the person that is going to slap you in that movie does not have anything in mind against you. The moment you know that, please bro, slap me, let the effect do the slapping. You don't slap it hard. Finish. And let me tell you something. When you are living your script, the slap may look hard to somebody around you, but it's not hard on you. That's the beauty of grace. People will look at you and say, sorry, hey, Pele, oh, sorry, oh, I'm so sorry. They want to pity you. I wonder, what are you pitying me for? I'm living my script. And my script is what they will clap for me that I play the role well. That's the way it was. You look at the people that act movie now. When they do well when they play their parts well, the director will clap. The one that is directing the script of your life will still clap. He will clap for you. He will celebrate you. It will come. Don't be in a hurry. I told you, they are not worshiping Mary till tomorrow. How could you comprehend somebody pregnant, 9 months, give your back to your, there's no place in the inn, and you don't know. You know, it's a different thing if you know what is going on. She doesn't know. Tama in Genesis 38 does not know. Mary, the mother of Jesus, does not know. Joseph does not know. He just had a vision. He saw a star bowing. Everybody bows. The mother, the father, and the siblings. The next thing was the pit. The next thing was Potiphar's house. The next thing was the prison. What? Who did I offend? No, you didn't offend anybody. You are living your script. I just pray that everyone hearing me today, it will resonate in you. That one question, I can use it, I can answer it for 1 hour. This was a question that over 200 people have asked me. How do I handle when I don't have a father figure? When my dad is not there and I don't want to bother my mom? Calm down. You are not a mistake. I'm repeating it on purpose. You are not living by accident. You are here on assignment. Enjoy your script. Live it well. Act your movie well. Thank you, thank you. Act your movie well. Act it well. Go and learn how to act it well. Get information. Do you know that what helped Jesus? He was living a script of not having a father. But he was on course. You know, when you are not on course, it will look as if you are under a course. He was on course. He was following he went to the temple. One day he went to the temple, reading books. Isolation. You know, when you are living your script, you are isolated. You can't be with everybody. You can't be gallivanting around the town. No, you have to live in the content of your script. One day he went for 3 days. They didn't see him. They said, "You this boy, you want to kill us? Where are you? Where did you go?" He said, "I must go and do. That's my script. I must go and perform my assignment." That's how to be focused. He didn't know, but he was online. He realigned himself in his script. Please realign yourself in your script. Live your script very well. Just move, just be moving. If you don't understand, the day you are not eating, fine. The day you don't have clothes, fine. The day you have to beg, fine. The day you have to borrow, fine. Whatever it is, it will be part of your success story. Every story building has a story to tell. I remember several years ago, they came to Kenneth Copeland. They said, you have given out several jets in your life. This your success must have been an overnight success. You know what he said? He said it must be the longest night in his life. A man of the hour did not arrive there. A little step, one day at a time. Sweet Jesus, just going as it is. Sometimes your strength will fail you. You're like, what happened? I want to die here. You will come and cushion the blow again. You move to another level. And before you know, you now become the star. Everybody is now celebrating you. Hey, I don't know, that day, the way Jesus was being celebrated, the way Mary is being celebrated and was still being celebrated and is still going to be celebrated, everybody knows the cost of the oil. You know, C.C. Weiner said something. He said, you don't know the cost of the oil in my alabaster box. There's a price. Every item that is displayed. I have a book, one of my books, the price of the perfume. I'm going to look for it and show you. The price of the perfume. There's no item that is displayed that does not have a price tag on it. We won't like to display you. We won't like to show you off. Let me be a little bit practical, because you need to be strong in this. In this your struggle, in this your question. You need to be strong. You need to have inner energy. Maybe you are in the office, you are what? Thank you. It can be overwhelming, I know. It can really, really be overwhelming. It can be very, very overwhelming. But one thing is sure, the grace is always greater than the price. Just be asking for grace. Multiple times I ask for grace. The way I ask for grace, I'm sure I'm the only one that asks for grace like that. Give me the grace to continue. Abundant grace to go on. Give me the grace to go on. Your grace is enough for me. Give me the grace to hold on. Tears, man. Abundant grace to hold on. Give me the grace to go on. Your grace. I asked for grace. There were years that it was my year of extraordinary grace, multiple grace, multidimensional grace, multifaceted grace. I was just soaking myself in grace, because I know great men are graced men. I was just soaking myself in grace because I know I'm living a script. The revelation of script is so strong in me that you cannot take it from me. It has become my second nature. Whatever happens to me today, I'm living a script, because I'm the apple of his eyes. You want God to display you. You want life to display you. You must be ready to pay the price. There's no item that is displayed that there's no price tag on it. Every item displayed has a price tag on it. Please don't Don't let them put you under the shelf. You can't light a candle and put it under a shelf. Let them display you. Let heaven display you. I'm being displayed anyhow. Because you have paid the price and paying the price. You pay the price and paying the price. If it's overwhelming, if it is stressful, you sometimes you want to, your head is like it's going to break. Don't worry. Ask for grace. The grace of God is sufficient. I only answer one question today and we spent an hour. Listen to me. Don't ever allow your background, not knowing your father, having paternal issue, to make you to go crazy. There's a case, I will answer one question next week. Terrible. Because of need. Listen, go and get something done. Don't allow the pressure of this now to make you to cross your creator. Esau was desperate for food now. He ended as an insult. He said, what will my birthright cost me? Let me just have sex now. Let me go about sleeping around now. No, you can't do it. You are taking a longer route. Follow God. Beg, borrow. Someone will say no, another one will say yes. When one door closes, another one will open. Instead of selling your body for pottage, for food, don't sell your body. That is all you have. Preserve it. Godliness is profitable. If Mary and Joseph had fornicated in courtship, they will not give back to Jesus. Godliness is profitable. Write it down. Godliness is profitable. Make a decision. It's tough. Especially when you are living a life that everybody around you is looking good. They are doing well. Things are... I've been there. It looks good. A lot of people are they're having fun. They are flaunting everything. I have nothing to flaunt, but I'm there. Imagine if I had done something compromised. Would I be able to talk now? Godliness is profitable. No matter what it is. The worst that can happen, if you keep begging for food, can I have something to eat? I don't have money to eat. And somebody blocked you, another one will open the phone. God will show you mercy. The worst that can happen is you will not have as much as you have, but you cannot die in starvation. My mother used to say when I was growing up that you don't see the dead body of an hungry man on the street. She says it in Yoruba. You cannot see the dead body of an hungry man on the street. Godliness is profitable. Just tell yourself you are going somewhere. You are living a script. I know my father, I don't know my father, I'm living a script. By the time Job said something, Job knew he was living a script. I think there's so many things the patriarchs, they don't tell us. We have to dig it out. Well, the Bible says it's to the glory of God to conceal a thing. It's the honor of the king and priest to search it out. God takes delight in concealing stuff. Because I noticed the way Job was living, after he lost his children, lost the business in 2 weeks. The next thing he sat down and worshiped. Why did he worship? He knew that it was the apple of God's eyes, and there's nothing that could have happened to him without the consent of God. It's tough for the flesh, but he knew. No wonder he said, I know my Redeemer liveth. He said there is hope for a tree that is cut. He knows. He told his wife, why are you talking like a foolish woman? You don't understand the dynamics of this journey. Keep quiet and get out of here. His friend came and said, you must have seen. If you are living right, you shouldn't have been going through that. He knew he was living a script. He weighed himself. He actually told his friend, he said, all of you, what I give to widows and widowers, they are the thing, they are the kind of food I eat in my house. They are the food the kind of food my dog eats are the ones you serve on your table. He said, if I slept with another woman, apart from my wife, let another man grind on my wife. Everything I work for, let it be rooted out. He knew he was living a script. Godliness is profitable. Live your script very well. The one that wrote the script of your life will come and reward you, will come and award you, will come and celebrate you, and life itself will still celebrate you. Even if life does not even notice that you have done anything. If all your efforts is being frustrated, what about eternity? We are putting our treasure somewhere. We are putting our treasure somewhere. just know that you are not, your treasure is not here. You are a pilgrim here. You just came on a journey. You are a sojourner here. You have a home you are going to. If you die today, now, everything you have done is in your mansion in heaven. Jesus said, I'm going to prepare a place for you. He didn't tell you he was going to equip the place for you. So you have your place. So the price, all these things, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We want the blouse. It is well. Thank you. Please hear me today and hear my heart. Whatever the case may be, your background is not powerful enough to put your back on the ground. Make up your mind. I can't just give up now. I've gone too far from where I started from. It's not going to be easy, especially when you have identity issue. How do I get my identity back? Go to the manufacturer's manual. I've said it before. Get there. Read books. Relate to people that will help you to build your identity. Please. Don't be in a place where you are going to be so choked up. Are you getting me? Because a lot of people, when you have such an identity issue, now you want to now join them and be, try to be in their clique. They will pull you out. They will push you out. You don't have what it takes even to be in the clique, because you have to meet up to the standard, and you don't have a standard. Stay in your lane. Stay on course, and you will not be under a curse. Wow, it's been amazing today. I've enjoyed myself answering these questions, and thank you so much for listening to me. Can we wave? If you enjoy, let me know. Or you have any question, maybe I should. Thank you. If you have any question, you can ask. Maybe I should take one question before I leave today, if possible. I just answer one question today, and the question is simple. I don't know my dad. I want to know my daddy. Unfortunately, I don't want to tell my mom because I don't want her to be feeling bad. And I tried to handle that properly for this 1 hour. And I made you to know that you are not a mistake. Okay. You will have a question? Okay. You want to ask a question? Please, let me have your request if you want to ask a question. Thank you for allowing me. Thank you. Okay, there's someone that wants to ask a question. I think it's Vincent. I'm trying to look at it. This is on Instagram. Facebook, you can send me a message too if you have a question. Yeah, I'm trying to call in someone that has a question here. Okay, I'm not sure if the network is allowing us to do that. Well, in the absence of no. Okay, let me check if another person. There are a few people trying to wave their hands to ask questions. Okay, let me try. We sent. Thank you. Wave, share, love. Wow, I appreciate you guys for listening to me today. By the grace of God, on Thursday, I'm coming back to continue on being wise sex aspirant. I will play an audio for you to listen to that day, for you to understand that when I'm talking about being sex wise aspirant, I know what I'm talking about. I told you last Thursday that there's a boy, it's an 18-year-old boy that pregnated 5 girls. I don't believe in abortion. Some parents are saying they're going to do an abortion. I've removed my hands. Fortunately, the guy, his religion permits so many wives at 18. Abomination. We are living in this world, and that's why you have to stay on your lane and build your heart very well and be strong and tell yourself, I dare to be different. I can't do what others are doing. I'm not going to do what others are doing. I dare to be different, and I'm going to be extraordinarily different. Thank you so much. Faith Better, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so dearly. I appreciate you dearly. I'll see you again on Thursday as we come to talk about being sex-wise aspirants. Then we'll continue our questions next week. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. God bless you. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening.